Doors before we've even looked at it. That was just an example.
We need a conversation about that.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to know, so the first point, where do we start? How do we mobilize? We talk to Mr. Scott and say, yes, I want to be something. I want to be a force. Yeah, because maybe that gentleman will help me. He'll be my co-chair.
We got to get some more voices together.
Okay.
We got to believe you. Conversations on the planning board.
I spent a lot of time with the planning. Okay.
Let's start going there.
Yes, well, the planning board and even the town council meetings, you can come into the town council meetings, you can come in, there's a comment hearing. It's at the beginning of the meeting. You don't have to wait for all the other business that takes place, and you can make a general comment. You know, you have a concern. It'll be on the record.
Okay.
But the good option there, you know, if you're coming in with several people.
Yeah.
Okay, because one person, they get real used to you.
Right.
Okay, they're very civil.
Yeah.
All right, but you know, when they see something growing in the township,
Right.
and that constant advocating for that situation is put before the town council, they will have to start paying attention to that.
Okay.
Or if you wanted to go a step further
Uh-huh.
and actually attend the housing commission meetings, which are public meetings,
Okay.
and have an agenda item,
Okay.
you can send Mr. Scott an email or myself or, you know, whoever, and say, can we get on the agenda to discuss the possibility of rent control or rent stabilization
Right.
at that housing commission meeting? So the reason I'm saying that is because if there's, say, 5 or 10 people that you bring that want to talk about that, and you come to the housing commission meeting, and the housing commission then discusses it, and then they figure out whether they think this is something that they want to represent as something that the housing commission wants to support, or maybe they don't, maybe they know more about it, maybe they know something else. I don't know, because I really don't know that much about the ins and outs of rent control. But at least that would give you already, you know, another 10 members, and with the support of the housing commission, if the housing commission decided that that was something they wanted to recommend to council, then it's giving it another level. Certainly, I encourage people to come all of the time before the council and voice your opinions, your concerns, and the things that you celebrate with us in the township as well.
Yeah.
So strength is in numbers.
Strength is in numbers.
Right, so the purpose of us even being here today, the purpose of us creating the Justice Coalition is exactly this. So one of the subcommittees of the Justice Coalition is housing. So Chris, he has a sign-in sheet, put your name, email address, and all those type of things. And as we build strength, Mr. Scott also chairs NAACP Housing, join NAACP. And so we get all these organizations saying the same thing at the same time. We mobilize as groups. So folks, it's time for people to get off the sideline and get into the game. I mean, whether it's housing, whether it's racing class in Montclair, whether it's the school system, people have been sitting on the sideline too long, just complaining and complaining and complaining. Those days are over. So if you really want to make a difference, join something. You know, so here's Justice Coalition, We have our sign-in sheets, we have ongoing meetings. Housing is just one of our things. We have the church, St. Luke's Church, that we're getting ready to get involved with. So we need to mobilize. We really need to mobilize. And Dr. Maslow knows when you go in front of the town council and the whole building is filled with people on one issue, you know, they're gonna listen. But just 1 or 2 people come, they'll listen to you. But we gotta mobilize, and this is an important issue to folks. Whether we think we're fighting an uphill battle or not, we have to fight it. You know, so everybody has to get involved in this process. It's not gonna be easy, but we should be asking the town council, why can't it be affordable? Why can't it be this? Why can't it be that? Force them to come back and tell us why it can't be. Yes, Mr. Scott.
Ruth, and also, you know, being the state conferences on a quarterly basis, and the question was raised, the HUD, how to increase the allocation to Section 8. And that's very diverse throughout the state. But when it comes to Essex County, you know, when you look at the support for rental units, it may not be high enough to support the increases that are coming time and time again. So, I believe next week sometime we're going to have a meeting with the Secretary of HUD, and that's going to be in July, but we're going to have to put on tape. I've tracked them down on a couple of occasions, but, you know, I'm going to get a chance to, you know, get in front of them with the state, NAACP, you know, really getting behind how we can take another look at increasing those allotments, because people, you know, when they get those 4 or 5% increases, they're set with their allocation, and those allocations are not going up, and that should be a problem.
Question?
Politicians listen to large numbers, but they also listen to seniors. Seniors vote. And in this town, the seniors are mobilized, so we need to get us mobilized with the seniors.
That's our
And we
coalition.
need to put pressure on the council. So the seniors are busy. The question are we busy?
Yeah, you ready?
Okay,
Question.
we'll see, yes.
Montclair does not have a tenant organization. That's where they should start organizing the tenants. They did not come out to vote the last time it was on the ballot.
You mean that
Oh, they
MTO?
vote?
The MTO.
National Tenant Organization?
It was on the ballot. Tenant did not come out to vote. Rent control was on the ballot.
But
They
you're
did
talking
not
about many
come out
years
to
ago,
vote.
right? Many years ago.
Yeah.
Was it
Well, they don't even have a tenant
Right,
organization.
MTO, Montclair Tenant Organization, I know I was involved, that's many years ago, they defeated it.
Right.
The landlords put big ads in the paper.
And the
if big ads
realtors.
is gonna destroy the properties, can destroy the town, you know,
Right.
scare tactics. So, that's what they'll do, unless they got social conscience, which they should have, that people will say, yeah, we should have some reasonable cap. I call it a cap, you know what I mean? Not control, but a cap. Don't go above a certain outrageous amount. This woman that talked to me hurt me when I heard from her this weekend. $600 raise, her daughter's gonna be out on the street, you know?
Start a tenant organization. I think that's that.
Anyone else? Any other questions? You guys want to wrap up or say the closing statements?
I'll be brief. My name, as you know, is Deirdre Malloy. I am the property and compliance manager for Home Corp. I'm also on the Housing Commission as well, and I work behind the scenes with George Scott and Harold Simon. And as everyone up here has said, the Housing Commission meeting is open to the public. And if you have an agenda item or a serious concern regarding, any concern regarding housing, you know, bring it to us, but, you know, have a plan, or at least have an idea or an issue that's really pressing, and then we will discuss it, we'll receive information and sometimes, suggestions on what next steps would probably make sense to do, but as Mr. Pelham said, mobilizing and getting more than 2 or 3 people is a good start for that. On the agenda, there's a section about, services for Home Corp. And Home Corp is a housing development agency. They're coming up on their 30th anniversary next year, 2018. But they have developed and rehab units throughout Montclair throughout that time. And we also have 6 condo townhomes for this time for sale in Montclair, that's Calvert Village. But more to the point, HomeCore is a HUD certified housing counseling agency. They do home buyer seminars, and that's a thorough session where the HUD housing counselor is there, and they go